in your hands. With SuperGo, your ride is comfortable, easy, and convenient. SuperGo is more than an app. It's a movement, moving people, powering threats, delivering value.
Every day begins with a need to move with purpose, to shop without stress, to send without fear, to pay without delay. For every rider chasing time, for every home that needs restocking, for every voice that needs connection, for every dream that needs delivery. Now, one app brings it all together.
Supercab, move smart, ride safe, supermarket, groceries, gadgets, everything. Supercash, airtime, bills, transfers, done. Super logistics, fast, secure, right to your door.
It's more than an app. It's your movement, your market, your money, your connection, all in one place. SuperGo, one app for services endless. Download SuperGo today. Live free, live fast, live smart.
No time to shop, no stress. With SuperGo, your groceries comes to you. Partner with trusted vendors, verified stores, no delay, no excuses, just values. SuperGo Supermarket, your market now in your hands. With SuperGo, your ride is comfortable, easy, and convenient. SuperGo is more than an app. It's a movement, moving people, powering threats, delivering value.
Every day begins with a need.
Welcome to the Psalm TV Morning Show. My name is Abraham Minor Jordan. It's the 6th of January 2026. We're already 6 days into the new year. And I hope as we come into the new year, we come in with new innovations, new development, new ideas, and new ways of doing things to make yourself, your family, your environment, your community, the country and the world at large a better place for you and I. So this morning, we will be doing the things that will get you informed, that will get you entertained to a level that will get you abreast of what is going on across the world. And this morning, we will start with the morning papers with the usual analyst on the show. And this morning, stay with me is Mr. Ira Daniel Kukwen. Good morning.
Good morning and welcome to the morning show.
Welcome. Mr. Ira Daniel Kukwen is the Director of News and Public Affairs on Psalm TV. And also in the studio with us this morning is Mr. Albert Naftali Bello. Albert Naftali Bello is a man who I believe you've seen his abilities over the past few weeks, and I'm sure it's no longer a new face on the program. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
You're welcome to the show. I think this is our first time being together on the morning show this year.
Yeah,
so the last time we did this was last year.
Yes.
Okay.
A few days ago.
But it was last year.
Last year.
I have not had any program with you in 2026. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
So how have you guys been since last year that you've not come for the morning show?
Well, one thing leads to another.
And you left your duty from 2025
We were-
to 2026.
We're working from behind the scenes. You know, journalists, you don't actually have the holiday in the true sense of it. So,
Well, let's talk a little about football. How did you watch? Let me speak to those who are patriotic Nigerians. Let me speak to patriotic Nigerians. Did you watch the match yesterday?
Yeah, I did. I think from the beginning, although a little bit due to duty.
Yeah, you were on the 9 p.m. news.
9 p.m. news. So
Yes.
definitely, and I want to say congratulations to Nigeria. In fact, anybody, I haven't seen comments online where people are beginning to say Nigeria are more of the Barcelona of the past. So definitely, the way we are looking at the coordination of the players yesterday
Yes.
was a very, very good one. If you can see what really happened on the field yesterday, you tend to just watch as if it is just a calculated game. In fact, even with the 4-0, is the less that we're supposed to score in the game.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that-
yeah.
That is to say that's a very good one. So when we're hoping that, one thing with, we're very optimistic. This is 2026 and
yes.
we entered it with a lot of grace, even from the football side. And what is happening in the nation too, we're beginning to see a lot of changes. Particularly to the football, we want to commend the effort of the coach.
Yes, he has
Yes,
shown
want
that.
to commend the effort of the coach. The tactics were very, very impressive. They come with a lot of energy from the beginning to the end. And do you even care to know that whenever we wanted to see some changes when he was changing some key players, but even the ones that are even on the bench, when
Yeah.
they comes in, if you see the action they are coming along with, you say, why are they even
benching
on the
them?
bench in the
Yeah.
first place? So
That-
the goal is a very, very good one. And with this boldness and with this energy, in fact, we're just looking at the 18th of the month so that we just leave this cup and leave everything.
That is a good belief
Yeah.
from you. And I want to say something about a player here that really impressed me with some of his passes and his control of the midfield yesterday. That is Alex Iwobi.
Iwobi.
He made 2 clinical passes that led to the goal. And the reason why I want to say is that Iwobi has had people have had mixed reactions
Reactions
about
about
him in the past.
In the past.
Is he good enough to play the creative midfielder role? In the past we had the likes of JJ Okocha, Esim, very, very skillful and dribbling kind of number 10. I even we have Mikel Obi. So the weight on Iwobi's shoulder was so much. And coupled with the fact that he's a nephew to JJ Okocha, so everybody
wants to
but
see
in
it.
this turn and the last Nations Cup, he didn't, according to what we later learned, due to the coach's instruction, it was more laid back with his creativity, and a lot of Nigerians, to the point that they started threatening the young man on social media. And the way he was able to get out of that shows that the boy is someone of strong character. And you can see the way in this tournament, so far that I've watched, he is the best midfielder. He's among the first, second, or third best midfielder in this tournament with the way he controls the midfield. So kudos to Alex Iwobi. At the last Nations Cup, you're one of the 4 guys, but now you've proven that you've overcome. And also to his clubmate, Calvin Bassey. That guy is a beast at the back. Calvin Bassey is a beast.
You remind me of something. He received a yellow card yesterday. So I think when I saw the referee giving out the yellow card, even to the captain of the Super Eagles, I was kind of, is this man really working against us? So that when we finally reach here, because I was told that when you have this yellow card, it seems like you are missing one particular game.
It is if you have 2 yellow cards in the first round, you miss.
You
So
miss.
the ones in the
Just
first
one
round has been
cancelled. So I am better because the way the man is just giving a yellow card, it seems like there's one stuff that he's looking at, and particularly you mentioned the issue of Iwobi. The truth is, every of the victories of the Super Eagles this year, it should be attributed to this guy. And then
the first is passes that links to other
and
players.
then the Bassey, because so far so good. Bassey has not been changed. You see, he has been one of the key role. In fact, the coach got a lot.
Yeah,
he has already studied these people. The new players he picked that we don't even knew them apart from this present AFCON matches. The guys are doing wonderfully.
They are doing well.
The lack of Akko and the rest, when
Bright
you see
Osai,
everything, yes.
Bruno even
and
look
the
at this
rest.
guy, Onyedika. He has scored 2 goals in the last. So, well, it's a good
It's a very good one.
And,
it's a very good one.
I-
At least we are coming into the year with a lot of smiles on our face. So,
Definitely.
As concerning football.
football,
concerning
yeah,
football.
we expect it will extend to different sectors.
And on a lighter note, I saw online the fact that some people were ready to give them some money per goal.
Yeah.
Was it 14 point something?
14 million each of the
For each
goal.
goal.
Yes.
And
So it's more
could
over.
could it be one of the motivations why they performed?
See, the thing is
so
that
the more you score, the more you get.
You know
something.
one thing I've realized with footballers is this: what motivates them for those that have professional football is really more than money. 14 million per goal, share it among the players becomes money they stick
those
into.
people that are playing-
They are looking for glory.
Glory. Yeah.
Now, when people say that they don't care, I tell them that any player you see that wears the colors of the national team gives him pride in his club. It adds to his value. If you go to the World Cup as a player, it adds to your value. If you win the Nations Cup as a player, it adds to your value.
At the club
And
side.
it is these values that makes them who they are. While they are playing, they'll say he's a World Cup player, he has gone to the World Cup, he has won this, he has won that. When you retire, look at even the pundits. They will bring someone, he played for Nigeria from this to this, he won the Nations Cup, he is a special candidate. Even to become a coach or to become, you must have, I've seen players who won nothing. They'll be doing punditry and people will tell them, what have you won? Why are you doing, why are you analyzing people that have won? So it is the glory, and at the end of the day, when your record is being shown, so you've won this, you want to, the money is the motivation, but it's not really for what they earn. Some of them earn more than 100 million a week.
Yes, and you said something very, very important. In football, we have the club side and we have the country side. On the aspect of the country side, in fact, you be the best player on the club side. If you are not called upon in your country to come and play, it's more of, that means you don't reach anywhere as a player. So, and the African Cup is just like the World Cup of the African. So any player that is called upon to play for the African Cup is more of having a very good ground to talk in his club side. So that is why the people prioritize the African Cup, while some even leave some of their matches to come home to play for the African game. To which, if it is the money that we're talking about, 14 million naira, not $14 million. You understand it? We have a lot of players in Nigeria that are collecting this thing, more than double of it in a week. So we cannot just say it's because of the money. Although the money may be a factor somehow.
Especially for the home-based players.
These guys are also doing all this betting stuff and the rest. So the scoring alone, if somebody can put 1 million that Nigeria will score just yesterday, how much is he getting? So to me, I find it out that these guys, the Nigerian people, it is because of what is happening in the country, we didn't expect them to even do what they did at the time. So definitely the kudos is they want the Nigeria. More importantly, if you see people like Lukman, like Osimhen and the rest, they want to lift up this flag. Even at their countryside, after scoring ball, you see them lifting Nigerian flag.
Yes,
that is to say, they are there for Nigeria, and we pray that all the energy they come along with, God will help them to achieve this thing at the end. You know, we don't have means to go to the World Cup now. The only World Cup we have on ground now is the African Cup. So they should just leave this thing for us.
Now let me just, Lukman earns about 44.4 thousand euro a week. So you'll be earning more than 75 million a week apart from bonuses. So what is 14 million that will be given to all the players and coaches and everybody to share?
At least they'll use it to buy kola nuts.
At this point,
they will do their party with it. That's what it is.
Well, Super Eagles have made us proud, and we continue to swear Super Eagles. Now let's go to the papers. Let's go to the things that will still make us smile. And let me start with this. The Guardian has a tax reform is sluggish, uncertain execution, timelines over TADI and SWU. Let me see whether in this case too you'll be laughing with Okay, they say despite the swift transition of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, to the Nigerian Revenue Service, reflecting its broader coverage as the sole national revenue collection agency, the effective implementation of the new tax architecture may be delayed by administrative rigidities and poor interagency coordination, the Guardian has learned. There seems to be a disconnect among NRS and agency relevant to port operation, the Nigerian Customs Service, the Nigerian Ports Authority, and the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA. Also, the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum, that is NUPRC, has ceased collecting royalties following the signing of the new act and handed over the responsibility to the NRS Legacy Agency. But revenue collection as the port, the Guardian. Well, from what we see, from what we see here, we still have some agencies who have not aligned with the new tax laws, like NIMASA, NPA, Nigerian Customs Service, who now are not meant to be collecting tax. They pay directly to the new Nigerian Revenue Service. So we have an harmonized revenue collection portal. Now, the NSW, that is the National Single Window, was first initiated by the then Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Through the years, he has suffered serious interagency rivalries. But last year, President Tinubu said the current administration was committed to the rollout, setting the quarter as the take-off date. Now, let me tell you the truth. Most from what I see, just like Okonjo-Iweala came up with the single national single, if the TSU, these agencies, the Port Authority, NIMASA, these are agencies that make so much money, and they are finding it hard to lose that ground. You will find out that they will do everything possible to frustrate the connection, and I think this is where the president needs to step in and head should roll, because I don't see reason why they won't comply when it was a national single window, the national single window. Even the TSU, I don't think some of them comply. Now, they don't want to comply with this. I think this is where impunity starts, and we must cut it, nip it at the bud.
Well, I am looking at it from the background. You remember when this thing came up last year? We've seen the coordinated agitations against the policy formation. Even at that point in time, it was something else. They use politics, they use language, they use all sorts of things to see to it that these do not see the light of the day. But as we speak this morning, the narrative have changed so much so that we're talking about the implementation, the implementation procedures and other things like that. Well, I want to commend the presidency and those who were involved in the policy formation and those who pursued it to the stage that it is now. And I want to believe that if they have that kind of wherewithal, that kind of knowledge, that kind of ability to see to it that in spite of, because what we talked about earlier about the Okonjo-Iweala, the single treasury, what do you call it?
National
single window, and the TSU of President Buhari was, I don't think it faced the opposition that this tax reform faced. Now, if this team is maintained and the brain behind it still want it to work, I want to believe that it will work. Considering the fact that they withstood all this, and we're in the stage of implementation now, whosoever is trying to sabotage what we're describing now as interagency, this and that, and other things like that, whosoever does not want to lose the ground may lose his office. So I think the best thing is for the interest of Nigeria, not who is losing ground or whosoever is losing. So the government and its agencies have a way of making the see the light of the day, and we're looking forward to them doing that. I think that is.
Thank you. Naphtali?
You see, the essence of all this is to breach the leakages. And somehow, this is coming from, it is largely from the executive arms of the government.
Yes.
And particularly when things like that is done, you will see, and that's what we've been complaining about. Nigerians are sentimental, sometimes personal interest comes in a lot of things. Look at it this way. This whole thing is towards the development of the nation. I know when we were saying people are criticizing all this effort and the rest, somehow looking at it on the personal ground. So now that this thing is coming directly, you know, the loopholes, the leakages and all these things, maybe the direct use of cash and some other means of getting money on a personal ground are closed. Some people may not take it very easy to adapt to the new lifestyles. So that is why they will create a lot of uncertainties around, so that at least it will favor them to some extent. But thank God we have the Trump of Nigeria, which is the president. Somehow, if he says something, he usually walk by it. So to me, it is if they truly, any office holder, literally, officially is working for the development of the nation. If he's going to handle his job very well, then to continue on the line that we already started. And then if they're not going to do it, we have a lot of people that are eager. Because I don't expect by the 1st of January, to which we said that this thing will be implemented. And people from agencies should be having problems. No. We should be expecting maybe some turnout from different states or somehow, but people from the federal sectors should, by then, they have made all necessary arrangements to start this at the first date which the thing should be implemented. But when we are seeing little turnout or people from this aspect are not doing, that means there's a lot of things on ground. And Nigerians should know. Now they're beginning to see why most people are countering against all this. Because one, you see some people are from different angles trying to say one or two that will hinder this thing from progressing, because in one way or the other, it is beneficial to them personally. Definitely. So now we are beginning to see the why. Some people are now beginning to shout on those things on personal ground. So, and it's a very good one. Yes. It's a very good one. As Director Elias said, the whole thing is rallying on the government. Yeah. They are the one that brought the initiative, and they are the one to make their people comply to it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I think that is true. Now, if agencies don't comply, how do you expect Nigerians to have trust in the process? Yes. And I think these three agencies are agencies: Nigeria Customs Service, NIMASA, and the NPA. And from what I see, the Nigerian Petroleum that has complied already. So I don't know why. There should be compliance, and there's also I was even thinking it is states, yes, or maybe agencies. But at this point, I think they will need to. And congratulations to Adedeji, Zach, who was made the NCS boss. So I think this is also a time for everybody.
Nigeria Customs Service?
No, Nigeria. Okay, sorry.
UPRC.
Sorry, Nigeria NRS. Sorry, okay. Nigeria Revenue Service. Nigeria Revenue Service. So we've had people now who we had. These agencies, and Nigerians should be watching, because I don't think there's any law I've had so much. And if you ask me, I was reading something yesterday or so. Every time the issue of revenue, increasing the revenue base of the laws that will affect the revenue, reforming the sectors, it takes years. Look at the petroleum industrial law, the PIA, Petroleum Industrial Act. It took 20 years for that to be done. It started during the time of Obasanjo. It went as if we would do it until it
took some time.
Luckily, I don't know how it was passed during President Buhari's time. So such things, because you have people who have studied the old system, and they are so comfortable
and benefiting from
it.
To the detriment of other Nigerians. We have to say that.
Because at the end of the day, you'll be fighting a war for somebody. Have you seen major organizations that is clearly spelled there that they will pay more tax? Have you seen them going against it?
They've been silent.
But
the common man
who has been exempted is the one
making all the noise.
So you are fighting another man's war.
Yeah.
You are fighting another man's war.
And I think Herbert said something that is quite important. He mentioned how the new tax reform law has come to block leakages.
Yes.
Now, somebody may agitate that as you're blocking the myriads of leakages, you're centralizing the leakage to somewhere.
To one host, only one, only.
So I think what we should be looking at, I'm expecting that the Nigerian Customs Service should be talking to stakeholders in their sector to say, okay, this is how you're supposed to do this, to do this, to do this, to do this, so that the leakage will not shift from here to another side of the place. And all those agencies, I'm looking forward to them.
And these are major ones. We have small agencies that we don't know about.
Yes. So even if the major ones now, we are talking about the major ones not complying. How much more the
and you know, there's a new, also from January 1st, there will be cashless. It's now going to be totally cashless transactions in the ministry and the rest of it. I pray we're able to hold on to this, because I don't see why in the economy that have been running cashless for over 10 years, why should we be using cash to pay in government, federal government agencies? I think it's high time we close those leakages.
When you know, Nigerians have this ingenuity, there's a way we can get around things. When the Naira policy came, somehow Nigerians were able to, we survived it. If you make everything cashless, definitely some people will suffer, but for some time.
For some time.
Yeah, there is just for them to
easily adapt to.
Yes, and you will discover people can even travel. We've seen instances where people traveling to go and do something. So after some time, people will get used to it, and the government will have to ensure that this suffering should not just be for nothing.
But the thing is this: we overhype cash.
Yes.
These things, at the end of the day, even the cash, you go to the POS, you go to the bank to take it.
Yes.
It's not as if you generate cash from your backyard. Most of these payments, you can do it on your phone.
On your phone.
You can generate remitter, you can generate payments. You can. Okay, now for myself, since I came to Jalingo, I've been going to make payment of a NEPA bill, because the place there's no prepaid meter, is postpaid. I've been going there to make payment in cash. All of a sudden, I told myself, I should be able to do this. Why? I picked my meter number. I went to one of those apps, not even the major bank.
The major apps, yes.
I put in YEDC, put in my this thing. I made my payment, and
for 1 minute like that, it will just.
I've done it. In the past, I will have to go and withdraw cash, take it or take my ATM.
And to me, I find it out that any transaction that is in the government agency that is more of taking cash into it, I used to doubt this transaction this time around, because these are where a lot of things that we cannot say comes in.
That is where snakes used to come out and swallow money.
Somebody said something on the lighter note. He's a clergy like that, and he was in charge of a particular government organization, and at least he has this, you call him clergy. So one day somebody came and gave him cash. He was on the line, he said, this thing has a lot of charisma. You don't use it like this and ask for favor. Hardly will anybody be able to resist it.
You handed this, and then you are saying, please, sir, just take this. After this is your Christmas gift. After I give you this, sir, you know that my son.
Yes. That's where a lot of compromise comes in. So definitely, to me, it is a very good one. And let the government stand by it. And then, I don't know why this thing is becoming too complex, because most of these big agencies, apart from their salaries, they have allowances.
They have.
And most of the vehicles they are using are official vehicles, and some of that
being fueled
by the ministry or the agency. So I think if they are ready to help, this is where it involves the test of your conscience. If you are truly the religious person that Nigeria claims they are, everybody, if you go to in one way or another. So these are places where you prove to us that yes, you are really somebody that meant business and you want the progress of the nation.
Let me tell you something.
You see,
religion, I've found out that religion don't change people. It is the consequence of actions that change people. If you know there's a consequence for this, you will turn born again without being told. If you know you take this and there's consequence for it, you will not do it.
And the consequence has to be commensurate too.
Yes.
Somebody will steal, for instance, somebody has been accused of stealing billions of naira and will go for 5-year jail sentence.
With option of fine.
It now become a cent
of 100 million.
And after that,
it now become a cent, and people are now becoming too emotional about the whole stuff. Is there?
Okay, let's go to another story. And this one, a terrorist abduct passengers on busy Kwara highway. Barely 48 hours after terrorists killed 40 persons in Agwara and Bodgu local government areas of Niger State, suspected terrorists in the early hours of yesterday attacked the busy Isonlu Isin Omu Aron Road in Kwara State, kidnapping at least 4 travelers. This came on a day suspected terrorist attack a security outpost manned by the Nigerian Police Border Patrol Team at New Kali village in Bodgu, also in Niger State. This is even as residents of communities in Agwara and Bodgu local government area of Niger State are fleeing their ancestral homes after the Saturday deadly attacks by terrorists on the communities following the rumor of another impending attack being planned by the outlaws. If you look at this attack, if you look at that area, you say Niger, Kwara, and if you look at it, Kogi is even involved.
Yeah.
I think those people that went to the market, or group of criminals that went to the market to kill some people in Niger State, they are still within their axis. And maybe it is as they are trying to escape, they are attacking here and there, or they have cells there. But if you look at Niger State, the part of Niger State that was attacked, Bodgu, was formerly part of Kwara State before it was caught and added to Niger State during the President Ibrahim Babangida time. So you see the proximity between there. Then I looked at the areas that they say it was attacked. The road is Isonlu Isin Omuaron Road. Omuaron is in Kwara, Isin is in Kwara, but Isonlu is in Kogi State. It was formerly part of Kwara State that was merged. So you see that there's proximity within this area.
Yes.
So let us not think it is one far Niger.
Yeah.
So I think, well, I believe the security agencies know this better than I do. There's a need for them to serious security, how do they call it, around that area, because it seems they've now moved from the part of North Central that we used to know, Plateau, Benue. Now they've moved to Kwara, Niger, and Kogi. Something has to be done, if you ask me.
Yes, more intelligence has to be gathered. Another part of the report said the bandits are heavily present in that area based on the activities that they will do from time to time to attack these communities. They'll come to the road, abduct passengers. Somebody can say that maybe they're trying to raise funds, you understand, to launch another major attack. The attacks that have been happening recently by the Nigerian army in support of the US-led government may be unsettling them in some places that they used to be comfortable. And now they've moved to these places. So I think the pursuit should be hot. It should be sustained. If surveillance should be conducted around that axis, using whatever intelligence equipments that we have, then attack them, make sure that they don't have a resting,
and then be on the
run always, such that they will be tired and either killed or stop this nonsense.
Okay, well, what do you think we need to, at this point?
Just as we keep on saying, like the Nigerian army with their support from the US are doing a wonderful job this time around. And literally, we shouldn't just sit down and expect that things will be going just like that. So one thing, any attack that you see on the side of the contrary people, they are doing it for people to still believe that they still have the stamina.
Definitely.
But me, I know that they are weak from the points of actions and the reports. And thank God, you see, this is a proactive measure that we're talking about that the army have taken, and most of the joint task force that are involved. You see, there are less of talking, but more of action on their side. Before we begin to see on the social media, or maybe on the news platform, where a number of troops will be publicized that they have been sent to this particular place before an attack is launched. But this time around, it's more of the successes more than how it happened. So if you look through when Trump was addressing the world, he says that a certain journalist asked the question that do the National Assembly now, with these issues taken to the National Assembly, now says that there are things that it shouldn't be voiced out to the public before the action is taking place, so that leakages should not be found. So you mentioned you had Agwara area. Agwara is under Niger, and we have some other places. These are the confines because they were staying around that maybe Sokoto, Kebbi, and Kaduna axis. So this time around, they are going far away from those places. Are not too far away from each other.
They are not.
Where you mentioned, they are not too far. So we expect things like that. But the only thing we will tell the Nigerian army, which I know they are fully informed, and Agwara, Kanji, they're not that too far.
And they have this camp around that Kanji area.
We also have a new, whether it's a barrack or a battalion now that in Kanji. Yes. So I think the thing will be very, very easy. So on our side is, if they want to do it, we have the troops that are ready to do the job now. And thank God I see where the market that is attacked in Niger, you see how the president now said both the service chiefs should be in that particular location to make sure that things are into order. So I believe it's not just them being there physically, but their attention should go there. And I think we are going to have a positive outcome this time around.
Yeah, that's our prayer, every one of us, that there should be a positive outcome, because everybody is a loser in this game, and it's beginning, the politics being played around it seems almost wanted to pull us apart as a nation. So let's get rid of these people so that we can go back to our good happy days of Nigeria. Now let's go to another story, Daily Trust. It is the usual story. Governor Yusuf defection says beyond Kano. Despite appeals from national leader of the new Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, Senator Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, urging Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf to reconsider his reported defection to the APC, top aides of the governor has insisted that the decision is irreversible and will be formalized any moment from now. And aide said that the decision by going to defer to the APC is not Kano affair, but that of the presidency. The governor's planned defection has dominated political discussions in the state. What caught my attention in all this? When was 2023? Just 2 years ago. Kwankwaso and Abba Gida.
They were best of friends.
Not best of friends, father and son. They had this father and son, political father and son relationship.
Yes.
You saw the troubles Abba Gida went through with the court in the tribunal, and the way he stood by him. It was like a father. People were even saying that he's going to be the one controlling Kano governance, because Abba submitted everything to him. But look at them today. They are on different levels. And you've also seen different. Look at Malam Nasir El-Rufai, who was the arrowhead of the APC campaign for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He was one of them who spoke vehemently against anybody that said it was not Tinubu's time. But look at where he is today. Look at Peter Obi, who's just before the 2022-2023, he called this set of politicians is with that they are. There's a way you use a den of criminals and the rest of it. But today is with them. So that's why I tell young people out there, don't kill yourself over anybody, over any issue. What you believe on today, and I disagree with you. We may agree on something else tomorrow. And this issue that we are disagreeing on, so that is what politicians do. It is done all over the world where it is allowed for people to move. So don't kill yourself over I'm obedient, I'm a Tinubu supporter, I'm articulated. Tomorrow, they may be on the same side. And here we are, Kano politics. Abagidi, let me start with you. How do you think he will manage this?
To me, you know, when you want to escape from the power of bosses, definitely there are a lot.
We look for a bigger boss.
Yes, we have a lot of books that told you what to do. One of our 14 laws of power says that you should not outshine the master. And somehow, the case of Abba, politically, why all the trajectory, Abba has become what he is at the time because of Kwankwaso. Yes. There's no doubt about it. Yes. It's picked him from the PA down to where he is at the time. And then, apart from that, to me, Abba cannot just decide to leave the NNPP without Kwankwaso's knowledge. The only thing I'm looking at is Kwankwaso is trying to fight other big bodies, which we don't want to say exact, trying to use Abba as a platform. And then, this time around, the only place he has to use as a tool to fight whosoever he want to fight is the Kano State. Happens to be one of the most populated area in the country, and any other person that is keen to the position of a president is thinking about how to win Kano. And then, apart from that, we don't have, to me, I will find that even if behind the scene there is something the presidency is doing, up till now, Abba is still in the NNPP. So we cannot blame the presidency because they are from different parties. And then again, let him also be looking at the positive side of the Abba going to the other party more than his personal benefit. Because all he's trying to do now is to create uncertainties, bring emotions into the whole thing, let people begin to see Abba as a bad person. We have the case of Rivers State, Siminalai and Wiki. In Adamawa State, we have Fintiri and Atiku. And then likewise in Kaduna, we have Ubasani and Nasir El-Rufai. So everywhere, people want to cut ties. And if you want them to continue to be under you, from PA down to the governor, you still want to be having full control over when is he going to be himself. So and on the aspect of the Abba wants to go to the party that a lot, we know when the central government is totally along with you, there are a lot of favor. And with him having one of the biggest states in the country, imagine with the new tax reform, how much is he going to get at the time? And the development will be massive. And Abba, when you look at the way he's doing his governance, you find out that the man is somehow very sincere to his duty. So to me, I will find it that Kwankwaso only want to
use Abba to
negotiate for something. So maybe on his own side, it has not reached to the table he wants that negotiation to go up to, and then Abba is pushing in. That is where the problem is. And again, I see them changing different party leaders because of the issue. And when you come to look at it, is how will the party leader, which you are the superior in the party, in one way or the other, you are the leader of the party, and then the party leader will now go and be doing inter-party stuffs without involving you into it. Then definitely there's a problem. The only thing I know is let him come back and settle with himself first. Abba still loves him. Abba, in fact, today is, I guess, it's Abba's birthday, to which Kwankwaso has already published a birthday message.
All those songs doesn't affect their political
stuff.
Their daughters may, their son and daughter may marry tomorrow.
Thank you very much. And then you mentioned something that is very, very good. When we are talking about all these things, let people not be emotional. This is politics. This is a pure politics here. So the only thing we leave the masses with a lot of emotions, where you see people attacking different kind of people because of these particular people, whether we like it or not. To end this, Abba and Kwankwaso are going to remain as boss and son. So everybody should just walk down and begin to look at them, let them do whatsoever they want to do. At the end of everything, let them leave a level ground for us to continue with our thing. So Kwankwaso is now, we have been seeing him trying to align with other parties too. So why is he trying to bring the person down? Because he's going to a different way.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It seems you really love Kano politics and you understand. Is there anything to add to this?
Yes. You see, when Kwankwaso decides to be the godfather of Abba, he must have seen in Abba qualities that should be relied upon. At least he's somebody that can deliver. That was why he trusted him to the level where he became his godfather. In quotes, made him the governor of Kano State. It was a simple vote that people voted, the people of Kano voted for Abba. Now, when Abba became the governor, he is now the captain of Kano. Whatever it is that happened, if there was any corruption allegations on the government of Kano, it will be Abba that will be questioned. He will be the one that will be invited to EFCC, not his godfather. Now, if he is taking a decision that he feels is the best for the people of Kano, I don't think Kwankwaso should come out wholeheartedly and begin to fight against him like it's been speculated, because you said he wished him good birthday wishes and other things. They could be having very good relationship.
Yeah.
Just that they have different political opinions. That he has seen that if he defected to APC, the people of Kano will benefit more. And maybe he will have the stability of running the affairs of Kano better than he is doing now. I don't think it should be condemned. I think he's just progressive. But looking at it from the political perspective, he has to be careful because he may be joining a team that may end up swallowing him. You understand? Because the team he's going to meet now is already a fortified structure.
The likes of Senator Barao
and Ganduje and other. Is already a structure that hardly will he be able to survive them if they want to undermine him.
But if they give him their support.
The support.
I'm very sure if he lands himself into that party, automatically those people are going to be controlled by the federal, by the national level. And then there's no anyhow Abba will lose that election.
And the APC makes it easier.
Yeah, it will make it very, very easier. The government is the leader of the party. So his primary ticket is assured. And then if his primary ticket is assured...
It's not assured. Yeah, he will contest...
What I'm saying is, if Abba is going into APC now in Kano, his primary ticket is assured.
Nobody will negotiate away a sitting government ticket.
Very, very assured. And then, apart from that, Abba is very, very sensitive. You know, for Abba to be following Kwankwaso to a level that he is now, that is to tell you that Abba has learned a lot.
From PA.
He has consulted a lot of people. Let Abba now come out and say that, yes, this day I've taken this ticket. Or I've decided now, formally, he left that party. You see the numbers of people that will be going with Abba. And with that, Abba has been a governor where his trajectory is to some extent convincing to Kano people, where Kano people can deliberately give him their support. The poor people can give him their vote, and then you know how politics is done. Yes. So definitely, to me, I find it out that even Abba, if Abba is still maintaining the NNPP, he will still win. If Abba is still going to the APC, he will still win Kano as far as Kano State is concerned.
Thank you.
That's my take.
Thank you very much.
To more peaceful Kano, more progressive.
Kano has always been progressive. If you look at the list of the elected governors, right from 1979, we have Abubakar Remi, one of the most progressive under PRP. Yeah. Then later, Alhaji Abdul Dawaki Tofa, also PRP. Yes. That is the party of Alhaji Aminu Kano. Then we also have Alhaji Sabo Bakin Zuo, also PRP. Then by 1993, we have Kabiru Ibrahim Gaya. Yes. These are all of the NRC. They voted even contrary to the national yes. Then before you had 1999 Kwankwaso, and before then, no Kano governor has spent 2 terms.
Yes.
Before then, no Kano governors. But Rabi Kwankwaso came, he did so well with the PDP, but he lost to Ibrahim Shekarau. Malam. He lost to Malam. And Malam was the first person, AMPP, that did Tazarchi. He broke the jinx. Then Kwankwaso came back. Now we have Abdullahi Ganduje, now Abba. So they have progressive governors. And I've noticed something. Sit with Rabi Kwankwaso, sit with Ganduje, sit with Abba, sit with them, Malam. You see that they have deep intellect.
Yes.
Deep intellect. Yes. You speak to them. Ganduje is one of the most brilliant person I've heard speak.
He said it very clearly. He is not just doctor by title. He's an academic specialist, so he knows what he does.
Sit with Kwankwaso.
I think we should talk about intelligence as just intelligence, because we have seen where doctors.
No, you may be doctor and sit with him.
He's just a good guy.
Yes. If he discuss issues with him, you look at him, he has this face of, there's a way he look like, but you sit with him. So Kano has been blessed with such leaders, and their politics is top notch. You can't hold Kano.
It's true.
They have the way they swing their things, they have their ways.
And what you just said now reminds me of something. You can't hold Kano. Now that Abba Gida has left NNPP,
he's about
to.
Yes.
We're not even sure whether he will defect, because he has not actually issued any statement. Yes. So now, if he finally defects to APC, you will discover the 2027 election. If Kwankwaso remains in NNPP, you will discover the election of 2027 will be.
So we take another dimension.
Because Konkoso has this followership, this Konkosia movement,
Yes.
though it has been depleted seriously recently. But somehow you may discover that they will come up with another strategy and decide to make some realignment with even some people in APC who may feel as if that this is their entitlement and they were denied.
Yeah.
They may come back to NPP and form a formidable force.
Don't be shocked. President Senator Barrow resigned the ticket. He may go and line with Konkoso, and that is politicians.
That is what politicians. And even the person that contested with Abba in 2020
Gauna.
election,
Gauna.
Yes.
I saw it somewhere on social media. It's not reliable information that he is not comfortable with the fact that he will not be the gubernatorial candidate because they're saying they may give him Senate.
In
He
terms
may
of,
go
that's
back
what
to
we are
it.
saying.
You understand?
As far as Kano State is, Gauna was once the boy of the same Konkoso we're talking about here.
Yeah,
so and then he's now under the Ganduje camp. So all these people we're talking about here, me, I just have this. I'm not saying this as a prophet or anything like that, but to be certain, the way, one thing with Kano politics, if you look at it very well, all the governors have been doing well in terms of the development of the state. But what they lack is governors that have deep compassion that ordinary people will feel his impact. That's what Abba brought into the table now. It reached a level where, an ordinary beggar on the road will now feel that, yes, we have a governor. You see where Abba will go and be eating. These are elections, political tools that Abba is using. So Abba is the governor where he can drop down from his car and walk along with an ordinary person in there. So you already got the compassion, and these are the people that in one way or the other has card. And by now, Abba have, even if it is the money aspect of the politics, and now that he's even
has experience too now.
Yes, he's aligning with the federal, the national level. So and the APC are ready to do everything within their confines to get Kano State. When I mean everything, I mean everything.
Everything.
Yes.
Everything.
If APC can come to close by places like other states that they don't even produce much, and then you look at it this way, that APC will be very, very happy to have Kano as one of their own.
You see, there are states that determine the direction of elections. They are Rivers, Kano, Lagos. Because of the population, there's a way they swing. If you be able to win these three states, then you know that the popular vote will not be your problem. What you just need is 2/3 majority in 24, just to be able to get to third in 24 states, because those three states will give you this thing. And again, because of now the way, before you can just load ballots. 1 million votes by Bayelsa State, 1 million votes. But now you can't load ballots again. So you must ensure you win those states that have votes. If you notice the last election, the number of votes has reduced tremendously, and it was because of
reflection of the reality.
Electronics. Because the electronics couldn't allow you to stuff ballots. What they could do is to adjust numbers. But in the past, just carry a few ballot sheets, just stamp, yes, party A, fill it up. But we are getting better. And I still say it, the electoral laws, what are we doing? We've not done anything. And this is to all Nigerians out there, our members of the National Assembly, the civil rights activists and everybody. What are we doing about the electoral law? There's a need for us to look at what happened in 2023 and make some adjustment as early as possible so that people may even understand what it's all about. Because most times, if it comes at the dying minute, you may not get to understand what it takes, what the new law is all about. So this is my message to everyone, to the members, House of Reps, to the senators, to everybody that matters. What are we doing about our electoral law? So we'll be going on a break. When we come back, the morning show continues. Nobody's talking about it. Africa, a land of roots, rhythm, and resilience.
Where every thread of the fabric tells a story.
Every beat of the drum echoes heritage.
And every voice carries the soul of generation.
We are Africa, bold, beautiful, and timeless. At Som TV,
we don't just tell African stories.
We celebrate it in every color, sound, and tradition.
From the past that shaped us
to the future we proudly define.
Some TV, Africa, seen, heard, celebrated. Some TV, pulse of the nation.
Africa, a land of roots, rhythm, and resilience.
Where every thread of the fabric tells a story.
Every beat of the drum echoes heritage.
And every voice carries the soul of generation.
We are Africa, bold, beautiful, and timeless.
At Some TV, we don't just tell African stories.
We celebrate it in every color, sound, and tradition.
From the past that shaped us
to the future we proudly define.
Some TV, Africa, seen, heard, celebrated. Some TV, pulse of the nation.
Keep watching Some TV.
Every day begins with a need to move with purpose, to shop without stress, to send without fear, to pay without delay. For every rider chasing time, for every home that needs restocking, for every voice that needs connection, for every dream that needs delivery. Now, one app brings it all together.
Supercab, move smart, ride safe, supermarket, groceries, gadgets, everything. Supercash, airtime, bills, transfers, done. Super logistics, fast, secure, right to your door.
It's more than an app. It's your movement, your market, your money, your connection, all in one place. Supergo, more app for services endless. Download Supergo today. Live free, live fast, live smart.
No time to shop, no stress. With Supergo, your groceries comes to you. Partner with trusted vendors, verified stores, no delay, no excuses, just values. Supergo Supermarket, your market now in your hands. With Supergo, your ride is comfortable, easy, and convenient. Supergo is more than an app. It's a movement, moving people, powering threats, delivering value.
Every
country people, how on a day? Meanwhile, I dey welcome una to the pidgin section of our morning show. As this in our section, we dey knack una latest story concerning the things wey dey happen for inside the country, even inside our community and our society. My name na Esther Oka Stephen, and with me this morning and myself and una wey go follow me touch light matter on Facebook at Some TV. Even yourself will be there for YouTube at Some TV Live for my country people. Yes, as the story take dey go for those of una when e be say una dey use una phone, una dey for this our social media when e be say they call am say Facebook. Yes, those of una wey dey check matter for inside the Facebook, una go understand the story when me dey carry come so my country people. Yes, concerning one matter cause of house rent in my country people. As one woman don come outside for this social media, talk say 6 months ago their landlord come outside to come meet all of them when e be say they dey for that compound. Talk say make them try make them pay house rent of 3 years in my country people. Sake of say im get problem when e be say e dey face, im get challenges in my country people. Now from there, tenants come sit down together, they come do meeting with the caretaker of my country people. Now from there, these tenants them they come pay 3 years house rent for their own peace of mind. Sake of say them too they want to stay free of a year don't end you, bring house rent you, them too they want to stay free, my country people. And so they talk to una so after every tenant for that compound don't come pay 3 months house rent in my country people, 3 years house rent in my country people. Now from there, another set of people them come outside you. They come and then they come begin to tell the tenants them for that place to talk who say this thing when it be say it happen so, this compound when it be say them dey so, say no be them get the compound again you my country people. Them talk say this compound their landlord don't sell the house 6 months ago. E get why I carry this story come sake of say many of una wey dey watch this program una go get one thing or the other to follow me touch light matter on Facebook at Some TV. Even yourself will be there for YouTube at Some TV Live. So make una do well to follow me touch light matter. Sake of say the thing when e be say e happen so, e good abi e no good. Na proper channel na landlord take so abi landlord just guide these people, these tenants dem my country people. After they don't pay 3 years house rent, you my country people, now from there, now another set of people come say make them vamoose for that compound. Say their landlord don't sell the house to them. As I they talk to una, so these tenants them for that compound, now they don't get place to go. Sake of say many of them now their savings. Even say savings where they're supposed to use for their children, now them carry take pay. Sake of say they want to be stress free. And at the end of the day, another group don't come now talk. Say make them leave that compound. Say their landlord don't sell them to them. And as the matter take the be so now, then talk say they want all of them to pack out from that compound. Sake of say they won't sell them give another people. Country people are not say una go dey wonder wetin this landlord do my country people. If now you be the tenant of this house, how you go feel? Wetin, which action, which step, wetin you go do concerning this your landlord? Just as earlier take it tell una say get why I carry this story come. Yes, when I see this story for this their social media, I talk say I no go just pass and go like that. Take of say get many people where they face this kind of situation now, even self since last year, and e get some when they say they come face am early this year. One of the reasons when e be say I carry this story come my country people una sake of say many of una when e be say una dey live for renting apartment, una no even sabi una landlord for eye. Yes, many of una landlord dey for Abuja, una landlord dey for Lagos, dey for other states, na only caretaker una sabi. Number 2 reason be say many of una no even get una landlord their contact. Now the question when I dey ask when I see this story yesterday, my country people, many of them no even get their landlord phone number. Yes, na only caretaker dey sabi. Anything for compound caretaker do the lights well yo, he plaster the wall well yo, he arrange the house well, he not do it well yo. No any other person to complain to sake of say they no get access. And many wicked caretaker they no dey agree say make other tenants they communicate to landlord. Now the reason why I carry this story come this morning, my country people. So as the story take they go, so those of una when it be say una landlord they live far away from una, make una try get una landlord contact aside caretaker own. Yes, it gets some kind matter when it be say only caretaker alone not the fit handle, especially issue like this one. If these people where they be say landlord don't come request 3 years house rent from their hand, no get landlord number, how they won't come take communicate landlord now say look oh another set don't come now say make we come out for house or you don't sell out house for them, they even come with documents. Landlord where you dey? Landlord refund our money. Now who they go home now? Not be caretaker. Especially those caretaker when they be say they know they agree say make other tenants have access to landlord. How they want do now for inside this matter? Those of una when they be say una landlord dey for Abuja like these people now for this compound, only God know where their landlord they live. And before their landlord go come tell them say make them pay money for 3 years house rent, that man get plan with him family. Yes, and not be small money that they pay for house rent. Country people, una sabi how renting paroles to take they go. Not be small money that they pay, my country people. How they want take locate that landlord now? If na landlord when they be say they live for area, this one no hard now. No need to come they ask questions, say what we go do. You yourself don't already know what to do. Say come say your landlord there for your doorstep. Now to kia pack on herself, carry am go. Drag her go station, na money go come out. Take off say, in sabi say in don't sell this house. In sabi waiting there for ground before income meet on now. Say make una pay am 3 years house rent. If to say that this landlord no get plan, wicked plan for mind. For the first time you come meet tenants, say make them pay you 3 years house rent. My country people, make una self una check am now. Okay, for those of una wey just join us, this is the pidgin section of our morning show. And I said they always tell una say na section where we dey knack una latest story concerning the things where they happen for inside the country. Now matter when it be say they trend for social media, my country people, this is Facebook. Now me carry come knack una this morning. As one woman cry come outside the talk, say their landlord come meet them, say make them pay am 3 years house rent each. Yes, so make every tenant pay am 3 years house rent. Sake of say in get big challenges for front. After they don't come pay this 3 years house rent to my country people. In now reach 6 months, set of people they come with the documents, talk say this house not belong to their landlord. Say their landlord don't sell this house. So this woman they cry come outside and say waiting be the step when it be say she won't take now. Sake of say now her savings now she carry give this man for peace of mind. But the landlord no go worry am say yeah don't end you. That is why she too join tenants welcome the idea. And now where these people don't come give them quit notice to vamoose the house, not be the people chop the money. Now landlord will collect money for their hand. Now she they cry come outside they say waiting them go do. Now me carry Tori come say make una follow me Torchlight. I'm on Facebook at Some TV. Even yourself will be there for YouTube at Some TV Live. The number one question when me I asked yesterday when I saw this Tori my country people, I begin they ask. I said I get their landlord phone number at all. Number 2, let me come dey ask to talk say dem sabi where their landlord dey live here at all. E get why I ask that question na sake of say many ten ants no get access to their landlord o. Na only caretaker na dey run show for compound. As una can see now, this one now don turn to eye opener for all of una when e be say una no get una landlord number. Yes, and the second part, una no even sabi the state when e be say una landlord dey stay. Today you go hear say my landlord dey Port Harcourt, tomorrow you go hear say e don pack you una Lagos dey stay. Una no even know the location where una landlord dey. Na only caretaker una sabi. And also you get some kind of caretaker wey dey get for compound these days when e be say na only them dey get access to landlord. Yes, because of 1 or 2 paroles wey dem too dey run for compound. If na that kind caretaker dey get for this compound, so my country people, this man go hear when. Yes, think of say im hand too go dey for wetin dey happen so. And also the second thing wey me I see for this matter be say the landlord in way not pure. E get am for mind to take punish these people. He sabi wetin dey call, wetin dey happen before he come collect that money for 3 years house rent, my country people. So if na you, when e be say you can't even get the landlord phone number, you can't even sabi where the landlord dey stay, wetin you go do? Na be the question when e be say I dey ask this morning. So make una do well to follow me, drop on a message on Facebook at Some TV. Even the self will be there for YouTube at Some TV Live. Before I go draw the curtain on the pidgin section, my country people, now get one advice when they be say I go like you to advise people. Yes, especially tenants them. I beg, make una know they always they do deal with una caretaker alone. Yes, na them be caretaker. Yes, just as earlier TikTok, many caretaker don't go let una drink water drop cup. Take off say na them be next to landlord. Make una no agree o. Make una tell that una caretaker for this meeting for January now. Tell am say una want to get una landlord number. Yes. Tell them say una want to get una landlord number and I want to know the location when e be say una landlord dey live. Those of una when una landlord dey live for other states, make una try sabi the state when e be say una landlord dey. Take off say you sef you fit get relation for that side. If anything like this can happen, you sef you go squeeze, travel go area, go find your landlord. And I take see am. So I beg any meeting una dey do, make we good as tenants, make una dey hold una landlord number and then make una dey sabi location when e be say una landlord dey. Secondly, make una dey shine on eye. That thing when e be say do una 2026, make una no let her to do una 2025, make una no let her to happen to una this 2026. Yes. If 2025 you not dey on your toe, this na 2026 you make you dey on your toe, make you not dey carry last. Yes. For somebody to guide you for 25, no let 2025, no let somebody guide you 2026 again. No. Yes. They're vigilant. This matter not just rob only tenant. You get many of us where they go into businesses. So I can't tell they go tell you say before your goods go come, they don't want to have payment, make you pay full payment. And on the normal paroles, it is supposed to be 50-50. I go send half as the goods they come. Me go clear am for park. Clear for whatever person when they be say they bring on, balance the person before sign before they will give me the goods. Make una they do that kind of agreement. Take off say many people they don't give full payment for last year till today goods never come. So make una they shine on our eye. Not be only people where they live for tenants as they face this kind business, this kind duping. So make una day on una to those of una when they be so una be businessmen and women, make I trust on una, make una they shine on our eye well. The thing na 50-50, no they give full payment anyhow. It's not easy. And make una not they trust anyhow. I check this matter where I look and say this tenant people they really trust their landlord. Maybe it never found their hand before. But as everywhere they read so, trust not they work these days again in my country people. So big kono, I beg anything una they do, make una they dey vigilant, make una they shine on our eye well. Now the advice when it be say I get it for una this morning, I be that thing. Yes. Okay, all my country people, as una can see, I no go just draw the curtain on the pidgin section just like that. I have to thank on my viewers who follow me Torchlight Matter on Facebook at Some TV, even yourself on YouTube at Some TV Live. I dey throw a salute to all of una, and also dey thank myself who will be Esther or Steven will carry this matter come, so make una follow me Torchlight. Okay, now for here now go draw the curtain on the pidgin section of our morning show. Una do.
Keep watching Some TV.
With the second highest death toll of all African conflicts, the Nigerian Civil War, also known as the Biafran War, is perhaps the single most significant event in Nigerian history. This 3-year conflict, which raged on from the 6th of July 1967 till the 15th of January 1970, would claim the lives of over 100,000 soldiers and an estimated 2 million civilians, as the Nigerian government led by General Yakubu Gowon fought to prevent the secession of the self-proclaimed Republic of Biafra, which was led by General Chukwuemeka Odumegu Ojukwu. To fully understand the root cause of this brutal conflict, we need to go all the way back to the very beginning. Upon gaining independence from Great Britain in 1960, the newly formed Nigerian Republic was greatly divided, as its 3 largest ethnic groups struggled to live in harmony. Beyond the more obvious distinctions like language, clothing, and marriage customs, Nigeria's 3 main ethnic groups also had fundamental differences in values and worldviews, which had been developed over the many centuries leading up to the colonial era and the formation of the Nigerian state. The Igbos, who represented about 60 to 70% of the population of the southeast, were mostly Christians who in the centuries before the colonial era had lived in relatively egalitarian societies. Although most Igbo towns and villages were headed by monarchs known as Ezes, the political decision-making process within Igbo communities was actually quite democratic, as it involved general assemblies composed of title holders and other respected members of Igbo society. Status was acquired through one's ability to solve societal issues, and respect was given primarily to those who had acquired wealth, as opposed to those who had simply inherited it. The character of Okonkwo in the book Things Fall Apart by renowned Nigerian author Chinua Achebe was in many ways the perfect illustration of the uniquely Igbo vision of the self-made man. The Igbo's particular appreciation for wealth creation through hard work is undoubtedly the main reason why many of Nigeria's champions of industry have been of Igbo ancestry. By contrast, the majority Muslim Hausa Fulani, which represented about 65% of the northern population, had lived for many years in feudal societies in which large working-class populations were ruled by a small theocratic elite composed of emirs and sultans. As their political leaders often doubled as religious leaders, compliance and submission to the will of the political establishment was not simply a civic duty, but a religious one. Very much unlike in Igbo societies, there was nothing particularly odd or shameful about a man aspiring to live a modest life as a farm worker, craftsman, or a nomadic cattle herder. But contrary to commonly held prejudices, the Hausa Fulani were not in any way lazier or inherently less enterprising than their southern counterparts. They simply had a deeper appreciation for religious discipline and had a more socially conservative worldview. However, there is no denying the fact that while the unquestioning submissiveness of northern societies to the theocratic establishment guaranteed internal stability and order, it also meant that the North was a lot less economically vibrant. Northerners were generally less open to new ideas and often completely rejected secular education in favor of Islamic education. Demonstrating the extent of Nigeria's North-South divide, some studies estimated that as at Nigeria's independence in 1960, northern Nigeria had an English literacy rate of just 2%, compared to the Southeast, which had an English literacy rate of 19.2%. The Yorubas, which formed about 75% of Nigeria's southwestern population, were in many ways a sort of halfway house between the Igbos and the Hausa Fulani, both in terms of their religious affiliation and their political history. Although also majority Christian, they nevertheless had significant populations of Muslims as well as followers of the ancient Yoruba religions. In simple terms, the traditional Yoruba political structure was basically less autocratic than the Hausa Fulani, but not as democratic as the Igbo. For centuries, Yoruba societies were ruled by kings known as Obas, who governed in close consultation with chiefs, priests, and priestesses. Culturally, the Yorubas were quite similar to the Igbo in their appreciation for individual drive and ambition. However, the Yorubas tended to channel their energies towards excellence in the arts and academia, as opposed to pure industry and wealth creation. Many often point to the Yorubas' deep appreciation of the arts as the reason why many of Nigeria's most prominent cultural icons, such as Afrobeat legend Fela Kuti and the Nobel Prize laureate Professor Wole Soyinka, have been of Yoruba ancestry. But to say that the differences between Nigeria's three main tribes meant that every Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa Fulani person hated anyone who wasn't from their tribe would be very far from the truth. In reality, most Yoruba societies got on well enough with Igbo societies. The main culture clash, if you like, was between the Hausa Fulanis of the north and the two major ethnic groups of the south. Prior to the colonial era, ancient Yoruba kingdoms such as the Oyo Empire had for many years suffered under several waves of jihadi attacks by the Islamic Sokoto Caliphate of the north, led by the famous Sultan Uthman Dan Fodio. Now, although the Igbos did not have a similar history of warring with the Hausa Fulani, the British colonial enterprise would create the perfect environment for the sharp differences between these two tribes to be brought to the forefront. In 1914, British High Commissioner Frederick Lugard effectively created the country we know today as Nigeria by bringing the northern and southern regions together in the now infamous Nigerian Amalgamation of 1914. Till this very day, the feeling amongst many Yoruba and Igbo historians is that one of the main purposes of this amalgamation was to place the more affluent South under the control of the autocratic North. The theory goes that by joining the more educated and therefore less controllable southern region to the much larger northern region, the British government was better able to implement its policy of indirect rule, as the amalgamation essentially gave dominion over the entire country to the northern elites, who were significantly less rebellious and generally more amenable to British interests. It is also worth noting that from 1914 onwards, the British adopted a practice of placing Northerners in key leadership positions within the colonial administration. Despite being generally better educated, Southerners were more often than not limited to managerial and executive roles within the colonial apparatus. When the struggle for Nigeria's independence began to take shape, it was mainly Yoruba and Igbo intellectuals such as the political activist Fumi Ransom Kuti and the renowned jurist Jaja Wachoku that led the fight for Nigeria's sovereignty. According to some historians, many of the northern elites were not at all welcoming to the idea of an independent Nigeria, as they feared that independence would mean losing the privileged positions that they had enjoyed under the colonial structure. The story goes that as a condition for them agreeing to support the push for Nigeria's independence, the northern leadership specifically demanded that the new nation maintain its colonial political structure. And even though it pretty much guaranteed a continuation of the North's dominance, the Igbo and Yoruba leaders, in their desperation to gain independence at all costs, agreed to the North's demands. And so upon its independence on the 1st of October 1960, the Nigerian state was divided into 3 geopolitical regions, in which a disproportionately large northern region was united with 2 smaller eastern and western regions. Nigeria's British-style parliamentary government was led by its first and only Prime Minister, Alhaji Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, the northern co-founder of his political party, the Northern People's Congress. Tafawa Balewa's NPC party governed in coalition with the Igbo-aligned National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, which was led by Nigeria's Governor-General, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, the man who would later go on to serve as the ceremonial president of the First Nigerian Republic, which was established in 1963. The Yoruba-aligned Action Group Party, which was headed by Chief Obafemi Awolowo, played the opposition role. If unity was the goal, then the Nigerian state had gotten off to a very bad start. Nigeria's parliamentary system was a bit of a farce, as Nigeria's 3 main parties were not built around ideology, but on ethnic nationalism. With the vast majority of Nigeria's general population still largely unfamiliar with the Western-style democratic system of their new country, pretty much everyone voted based on ethnicity. The Southwesterners voted for the AG, the Southeasterners for the NCNC, and the Northerners for the NPC. And as the northern region was by far the largest constituency, the NPC was basically guaranteed control over Nigeria, as none of the other 2 parties could compete with the NPC's large northern voting base. As you can imagine, it was only a matter of time before the shoddy foundations on which the Nigerian state had been built began to show serious signs of strain. The entrepreneurial spirit of the Igbos would see many of them move out of their hometowns in search of all the opportunities their new nation had to offer. From Lagos to Benin, Port Harcourt, and even major northern cities like Kano and Kaduna, Igbos began to build businesses and pioneer new industries in the places they migrated to. But as is often the case with successful immigrants, it wasn't long before many of the locals, especially in the north, began to feel more than a bit uncomfortable with the success of their new neighbors.
One thing I've noticed, Premier, while I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I might almost call it, obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it northernized, and now all important posts are being held by northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the north solely with northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or a permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a northerner first. If you can't get a northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too. This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions, coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Well, it might, but you are, new to our region, but how many northerners are employed in the east or in the west? The answer is no. And if there may be 10 laborers employed only in the two regions.
It was against this backdrop of rising anti-Igbo sentiment in the north that the chain of events that ultimately led to the Civil War would begin to unfold. By as early as the year 1966, most Nigerians had already begun to resent the ruling elite for their lavish lifestyles and lack of sensitivity to the concerns of the masses. Rumors about vote rigging, corruption, and backdoor deals between politicians and foreign companies began to spread, and there was a general sense of discontentment in the air. Deciding that enough was enough, Major Chukwuma Kaduna Nzeogu, an Igbo officer in the Nigerian army, instigated a revolutionary coup against the federal government. This coup would see the assassination of the Prime Minister Tafawa Balewa, the Premier of the Northern Region Sir Ahmadu Bello, as well as the Premier of the Western Region, Chief Samuel Akintola. But rather suspiciously, the President, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, would manage to escape the bloodbath as he was out of the country on holiday when the coup took place. But despite the execution of many key members of the government, the coup led by Major Nzeogu was ultimately unsuccessful, as it was quashed by a different faction of the Nigerian army, led by Major General Johnson Aguiyi Ironsi, who, interestingly enough, was also of Igbo ancestry. After managing to secure the surrender of the coup plotters, Aguiyi Ironsi was declared military head of state. But even though both the instigator and the stopper of the coup were of Igbo descent, various conspiracy theories began to spread in the north, suggesting that the entire thing was all part of an undercover master plan to put General Aguiyi Ironsi in power and transfer control of Nigeria over to the Igbos. Oddly enough, there was actually a fair bit of evidence in support of this theory. 4 out of 5 of the coup plotters were Igbo, and although Aguiyi Ironsi stopped the coup, he did not execute any of the coup plotters. To make matters worse, no significant Igbo leader was killed in the coup. President Nnamdi Azikiwe had avoided all the drama thanks to his suspiciously timed holiday, while Michael Okpara, the Premier of the Eastern Region, had also managed to survive the coup, even though he did end up losing his job to Colonel Chukwuemeka Ojukwu, the man who would later go on to lead Biafra's attempt to break away from Nigeria. These anti-Igbo conspiracy theories would eventually grow from mere rumor and conjecture to an article of faith in the minds of many Northerners. And on the 29th of July 1966, a group of Northern Army officers instigated a counter-coup against the Ironsi administration. Unlike the previous one, this coup was successful. Major General Aguiyi Ironsi was assassinated, and Lieutenant Colonel Yakubu Gowon, a Northerner, was installed as Nigeria's new military head of state. Unfortunately, the northern retaliation would not end there. In the 3 months following the coup, an estimated 8,000 to 30,000 Southeasterners living in the north would be attacked, killed, and robbed by local mobs. Fearing for their lives, over 1 million Southeasterners fled back to their homelands, leaving behind businesses, homes, churches, and in some unfortunate cases, children that had been the fruit of inter-ethnic marriages. With the deluge of refugees flooding back into the eastern region with shocking stories of betrayal and trauma, the Nigerian project was on the brink of collapse. As many Easterners no longer felt safe in other parts of Nigeria, the military governor of the Eastern region, Colonel Ojukwu, began to call for Igbos from all around Nigeria to return home. Rumors about the Eastern region's impending breakaway from Nigeria became front-page news after it was reported that a plane carrying imported weapons had crashed in the eastern city of Enugu. Knowingly or unknowingly, Colonel Ojukwu essentially confirmed all rumors with a series of rousing criticisms of the Gowon administration's failure to provide adequate protection to the thousands of Igbos who were being attacked and killed by people they imagined were their fellow citizens. With tensions at an all-time high, General Yakubu Gowon and other key members of the government agreed to meet with Colonel Ojukwu at a neutral location so that both sides could try to de-escalate the situation. This two-day meeting will take place in the Ghanaian town of Aburi from the 4th to the 5th of January 1967. To Gowon's great surprise,